Cisco. I'm waiting for some people to join in. I'm driving, so the connection might be a little bit bad. But I got a pretty big announcement for you guys. But I'm going to wait for a few of you to join in. All 4 of you to join in. So yeah, if you are coming in, say what's up, guys. Francisco, the Accord is at home. I'm driving the Tundra today because, well, the Accord's looked on the rear. They were making a lot of noises, and it's getting worse and worse. So this morning I took off the wheel. I looked at it. Like I said, initially I inspected it from the outside, and it looked like it had about 50% left of life. But when I took the wheel off, I looked at the inside pad, and that one was like fucked. So I got to do the pads on it. So I'm driving the Tundra today. But I wanted to let you guys know. And like I said, I was hoping to get more people on there, but it might not be a good time for you guys to join in. So first of all, let me answer these questions real quick. Guys, I'm sorry, the connection's so spotty right now. I'm trying to read your messages real quick before I announce what I'm going to announce. Looks like... Okay, what's up from Centennial? What's up, man? Centennial, Colorado? And hello, Matthew from Canada. What's up, brother? Okay, guys. Well, anyway, I'm not driving the Accord because the brakes, the rear pads are toast. Even though I just did them in November. As you guys know, I drive the Accord a lot. I do a lot of driving every day for work, for the kids. So I'm all over the place. But the rear pads on the Accord are toast. Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah. I remember your Civic Si, brother. Thing looked pretty clean. Thanks for joining and subscribing, man. So yeah, I'm actually on my way to Littleton right now to pick up my kids. And then after picking up my kids, we're gonna go get my trailer. My friend Seco from Puerto Rico, he just moved over here. We just opened up a little shop, and he's pretty well centered, pretty all around. He was a fabricator, he was a machinist, he's a rotary guru, but he also knows a lot about Hondas and stuff. Pretty much a general mechanic, but he really knows his rotaries a lot. And I'm blessed to have come across him. But anyway, so he's modifying my trailer because we're trying to get it as ready as possible for St. Louis. That's one of the announcements. If you have missed it, I'm going to St. Louis, Missouri, / Chicago, or not Chicago, Madison, Illinois, and we're going to be racing at the Import Face-Off event over there. Can you guys hear me pretty well? I'm driving and it's pretty noisy. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm going 90 either, but in Mexico, of course, in Mexico. Okay, thank you, Francisco. So October 9th in the morning, I'll be leaving Denver, and I'm going to be heading over with a trailer. I'm trailering the Accord. I mean, I know it's reliable. It's never very. I'm bringing spare wheels for faster. I'm bringing tools. I'm bringing a tent. You know, I'm bringing a bunch of stuff that I can't really all fit in the Accord. Not only that, but I want to be safe. The announcement today is kind of enticed to that. I can't really say too much about it, But I can say that I am testing a new feature from K-Tuner. Let's see. Yeah, I remember Christian, brother. Oski, got connected with you, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess people think I'm the go-to guy for performance. I'm not much for looks and exterior mods and stuff like that. I mean, I like to think my car is pretty good looking, but I don't make that the priority on the car. But I do want it to be looking, you know, somewhat decent. So, but yeah, any questions, man, let me know. I try to answer all the questions as much as I can. Most of the questions that people ask me, they've already been answered on my videos. If you guys haven't seen them, please watch them. So yeah, let me focus. I get sidetracked. I look at these comments. Yeah, Francisco, exactly, the sleeper look. And I'm not trying to be sneaky or anything. You know, I'm pretty honest about my build. People in Colorado know me pretty well now, which kind of sucks because people know what it's capable of. So a lot of people don't even want to race me anymore, which is kind of cool because I don't waste my gas on cars that I should be able to easily beat. But it's also kind of you know, people expect too much from you at the same time. So like the other day, I was actually racing a badass red Charger Hellcat, and it was riding around in drag radials. So you know you're in business, right? And I said, whatever, you know, I'll race it. I've been like doors with Hellcats before, a few of them, on the highway especially. So, you know, I was like, yeah, I'll take the chances. But that Hellcat made me look dumb. Talk about like a different league, you know? And it kind of sucked because that same night, I was going to take out the S2000. And I don't know if you guys know enough about the channel or enough about me, but my real race car, as I call it, is an S2000. And that sucker makes 750 horse. And so that's more of a on the Hellcat league, you know. But that night I was gonna take it out. I picked up my friend Rudy, and I tried to get onto the third gear, and it just went through. Whoop, the RPM's like nothing. So the clutch is toast too now. So I'll be sitting until next year, until we can get a new transmission and clutch. Probably a stronger diff too. Let me catch up in the comments real quick. Yeah, man, my DRL is out on the left side because I wanted to do like an intake on the headlight, and we did, but the person who was in charge of making that happen kind of did a crappy job. So water got in there and it burnt out the daytime running LEDs. The headlight works, but the turn signal and the LED for the daytime running doesn't work. I have a brand new headlight for that side, but I've been holding off until after St. Louis because that extra cooling power gives me a little bit more of a little more comfort at the track. I feel like it cools the engine, it gives some intake air for the turbo, obviously. So that's why I keep it on there. I mean, it turns on at night when I really need it. Just the daytime blinding light doesn't really work. So, but yeah, I know that, man. Let's see. When is the video info about getting full E85? Well, I'll tell you what. I know, Dennis, you've been kind of bugging me about that one, bro. But I get it. I just haven't really released a video for it because it would just be pretty much this, just me talking, because everything that I've done to the car pretty much is on YouTube or on my Instagram. But if you're live, you'll be the first to know. I'm just going to give you guys a quick breakdown of what enables me to do full 85 on the car. So Dennis, it's your lucky day, man. Let me see. Alonzo, am I hungry? No, I'm not hungry, man. I am thirsty though. I'm always thirsty for coffee. right, I'm gonna stop on the comments real quick. So let me answer the first question. Dennis, the full E85 video, I'll probably still make a video for those who are not on the live feed right now. But basically, I'm able to do full E85 because of a few reasons, okay? So number one being is I'm custom tuned. So the fact that I'm able to have Derek Robinson at imwtune.com make revisions on my tune when I change something, it makes it really beneficial when you're trying to research and develop things for it. So that's the number one reason. I'm custom tuned, so I can tell Derek, hey, I need to try this out, or hey, what do you think about this? You think it'll work? You know, kind of those things. Derek and I work pretty closely together, and we shoot ideas off each other. Sometimes I have new ideas, sometimes he's got new ideas. Sometimes he shuts down my ideas because they're stupid. But you know, I'm just trying to spitball things, you know, trying to make more power out of the car, trying to think of ways to make it faster. So that's my number one thing. So number one for the E85 is custom tuning. You need custom tuning for that, as of right now at least, and probably for a long time. Number two, you will need the fuel pipe mod, and I have a video on that, so you can go to my YouTube and look for that video. I think I named it high pressure fuel pipe. Yeah, high pressure fuel pipe mod. And big shout out to my boy Eddie. He's the one that discovered it. I just made it better, you know, because that's what I do. Just kidding, Eddie. So look at the video. It'll cost you like $75 from Honda. You could probably even do it to your existing pipe if you wanted to save that money. But I just advise you just get a new pipe from Honda. And all it is, it's a fuel pipeline that runs from your direct injection high pressure pump that sits on the head of the engine, and it injects it into the fuel rail. So that fuel pipe is just metal, but it's got two openings, one from the fuel rail, one from the fuel rail, and then one from the fuel pressure. So the one from the fuel pressure pump is, you know, a decent size. It's not bad. But the one going into the fuel rail, the one spraying the injectors or feeding the injectors, is so freaking tiny. And if you guys are on the new Facebook page that we created, AXF, you'll see what I'm talking about, because we just did a Honda fuel system upgrade on my boy Chris's Type R, and it's fairly similar to our system, but there's big enough differences where the kit will not just bolt into ours. But we installed his kit, and I wanted to compare the parts to see what they do, you know, Honda. So from what I can tell, and then don't quote me on this, from what I can tell on the fuel pipe mod, they did exactly the same thing that we did. They literally just bought a Honda pipe to replace it, and they drilled out the hole on the fuel rail side a little bit bigger, just enough to create more volume going into the fuel rail. So that leaves a little more room, more pressure, so we can inject more E85. Because if you know, some of you know, some of you don't, E85 requires like 30% more fuel. That's kind of like the general rule of thumb on that. So 30% more fuel than regular fuel for the injectors. So even though you can probably make more power on it, and it's probably safer on your engine, it does take a lot more of the liquid to amount to the same, you know, as like 91 or 93. So that's number two, the fuel pipe mod, which you guys can do for $70 and about 2 or 3 hours of your time, depending on your expertise level. It was my first time doing it. There was no videos on it, so it took me probably a good 5-6 hours, honestly. But definitely worth it. Even before I did the third step, which I'm going to get to in a little bit, I was able to do 62% ethanol. Now, keep in mind, I'm in Colorado, I'm in Denver. My elevation here is a mile high above sea level. So what that means is that there's less air. The air is harder to get into the engine. because think of yourself going up hiking. The higher you go, the more tired you're going to get, the harder it's going to be to breathe. And that's just not because you're fat or out of shape. It's because the air is getting... Sorry about that. Same thing applies to an engine. The higher in the elevation an engine is, the less oxygen you'll have to feed it. And as we know, more air means more power. So with that being said, I'm able to do more E85 or more ethanol simply because of the fuel pipe mod, and also because I'm at higher elevation. Now, I've had people in other states that I talk to, like Alex. I think he's in... Crap. I feel like an idiot. I'm not sure where he's at. I know he's on the East Coast, but he's at sea level, and he's on stock turbo. And even without doing the fuel pipe mod, he's able to do like 50% ethanol. So obviously this has to be done really carefully and not recommended unless you have an actual tune for it, a custom tune for it, which is also tuned by Derek. You can play with it, find the limits of your fuel system and then back it up a little bit so you're in a safe... I think the fourth quickest on the Cord X list. So obviously it's working for us. So yeah, that's the second thing. So let me recap if you're just joining or if you're getting sick and tired of me talking. So to get full E85, I had to do the following. Number one, custom tuning by Derek Robinson. Number two, the fuel pipe mod for your high pressure fuel line. And the number three, which I'm going to get to now, you have a couple different ways to go about it. The easiest way that I could find was methanol. So the third step is methanol. So if you combine those three, you can go full 85 on stock turbo, or on Type R turbo. Maybe, hopefully, once I get the P600 from PRL, I can keep on doing the 85. I prefer fully 85 for a few reasons. You don't have to calculate your fuel to blend it with 91 or 93 to E85, and you don't have to worry about putting too much ethanol or too little ethanol, and it's just better for your engine. It burns cooler, it keeps your knock control down. So I always kind of wanted to do full 85. I'm finally at that point. I've been going for like a month now where I'm only pumping E85. I go to the gas station and I could be on empty, I could be on a quarter tank or half a tank, and all I pump in is E85. And it's amazing, because to me it's a hassle, especially because I drive so much. It just saves me so much time and having to worry about calculating right, all this crap. And even if you calculate it right every time, the ethanol content's always different every pump. Even if you go to the same gas station, ethanol's always going to be up and down. And this is just how it is, and I really don't like that uncertainty, So yeah, three things you need for a full 85 on the Accord X. Custom tuning, preferably by Derek Robinson, because even if your tuner knows what he's doing, there's nobody that's going to know as much as Derek knows about the platform. Just to reiterate what he's done for the community, he is literally the one that's testing new things. He's the one that's done all the development for the initial base maps. If you're on K-Tuner, Derek made that base map. So nobody else in the world knows much more about tuning the Accord X than Derek Robinson does. So if you want to get custom tuned, that's your man right there. You can go to imwtuned.com. You can even buy the K-Tuner from him if you want. But yeah, so custom tune, fuel pipe mod, you can find my video on how to do. It'll cost you $70, and then methanol injection. The kit that I went with is the AEM V2, I think is what it's called. I did change my nozzle out because I lost my little 500cc insert that makes it 500 cc's, and I wanted to get a better nozzle from what I read, and I went with a ProMath 12 gallons per minute nozzle. So that enables me to inject more methanol in the intercooler pipe, which then atomizes and acts as fuel for your engine. So you're basically, so that's how you get fully 85 Accord X. If you aren't here, you're the first to know. If I haven't told you secretly. But I just wanted to test it out, make sure it's completely safe, make sure it's really doable long term. Obviously, I'm still in it. I'm still learning out. Derek and I are still fine tuning the methanol system. So yeah, that's the first big announcement. Let me check in the comments real quick, guys, because I kind of been talking for too long. All right. So Dennis, hopefully that makes you happy, bro. Finally got your answer. Mr. J23, how much to make my Accord run 12.5 or 12.4? How much power or how much money? And the answer to both of those, how much power? You need about 370, 360 horsepower, and the torque to go with it. And it's not just about power, hit the track. People think driving an automatic and running those times is so easy, yet there's only 2 of us in the world that have been able to do it, Eddie and I. So yeah, it's an automatic, it doesn't take too much, but there is a method to our madness. And I will be making a video on our track setup, or my track setup. That way you can replicate that and do it yourselves. Give you all my tips and tricks. I try to go live when I go to the track so you guys can see what I do. More questions? Sorry guys, the connection's not that strong right now. It's kind of, holy crap, you guys got crazy in the comments. Okay, what's up, brother? I'm currently running on 2020 PRL dump pipe. Okay, cool. Fully effect kit, Moneta, controller intake, maintain a custom tune. Memo, that's cool, man. Get your tune, bro. Get a custom tune, you'll be fine. Remember, you can't do a full EA job, you can only blend it. Unless you... Shay, you know the answer, brother. Purple, duh. Whoa. You don't want to see that. Ah! Scared myself, guys. Let's see what else. Yo, what up, Richard? What else do you recommend waiting on Parallel Turbo Kit? I mean, that's pretty much it. If you're gonna go for bigger turbo, don't even waste your time on a Type R turbo, unless you can get a pretty good deal on a used one or something. But the price point for the PRL P600, from what I've been told, is going to be between $2,000 and $2,500. So it's definitely worth it, because if you look at comparable kits for comparable horsepower, like the full race kit, that one's like $6,000 for the same power, and you got to do a lot more for it. So I definitely say wait for the P600. They're still testing it on their own car, so let's wait for that. It should be a couple weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah, Dennis, you saw the Honda kit that we installed on Chris's car. Chris gave me a ride in it, and we both immediately felt a big difference, man. Just by going from E30 to, you know, like E60 or E50, huge difference, bro. In your opinion, what's better for V6, turbocharged or supercharger? Asky, I'm all about turbos, man. I've never done a supercharger, so I'm a little biased, but turbos have always worked for me. And I just don't like whiny little bitches, you know? The next mode for the Accord or the next mod? Well, the next mod, I'm assuming is what you're asking. For me, I would probably say the P600. I mean, I pretty much had everything you can have on this car, except for the P600. So that's what I'm waiting on, is the P600. I think my Type R turbo might be going out soon because it's getting a little bit weaker. So hopefully that's not the case, but I could really use that P600 pretty soon. How much will my wheels weigh running? My wheels weigh 19 pounds each. 19 point something, almost 20 pounds. They're 18 by 9.5. So they're pretty wide for a front wheel drive car. But I like 18s because of the comfort. And I've always liked the NT03s. They look pretty cool and they're pretty light. Chris said, why is my car so slow? I don't know, but I'm trying to fix it, you know? It's a Honda. What can you do? Why not Pirelli Flex Fuel? I do have a Pirelli Flex Fuel kit, bro. I think what you're not understanding is the Pirelli Flex Fuel kit just enables you to do 91 gas, 93 gas, whatever you guys have, and mix it with the 85. So you can get like, God damn it, why do I keep doing that? Sorry, guys. Oh, the sun is blinding me. Okay, that's better. So yeah, the Pirelli Flex Fuel kit is not going to allow you to run full 85. Just so you know, it's not a matter of the Pirelli Flex Fuel kit not being able to do it. It's a matter of your fuel system not being able to do it because it's simply not big enough for it. Next mod, fuel system. I mean, if Honda or Pirelli decide to come out with a new pump, with a new in-tank pump and a new fuel rail, injectors and stuff like that, I'm all for it. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to drive and do this at the same time, which I'm pretty sure is not a good idea. Yeah, Dennis, for sure, brother. Thanks for the advice. No problem. You know, if there's any company making a fuel system with a 2.0 quarts. Victor, I don't know, brother. I mean, I'm hoping that someone is. Looking at the Honda fuel system and looking at our fuel system, I think it's not too far off from that. I mean, the modifications needed for that to work on the Accord. I mean, if somebody gave me a Honda fuel system kit, I will make that fucker work in the Accord. But I'm not going to spend it. I'm sure now that the Honda fuel system is out there, another company will make one. And just so you know, I do have a 4-piston high-pressure fuel pump that's made for the Type R. And it's kind of a big paperweight because it does not work with the stock computer. I can't get too much into detail on that, but just know that I've tried the 4-piston pump. Eddie's tried it first, didn't work. It's really come from it. So at this point, it's just a big paperweight, unfortunately. But that's the price we pay for, you know, trying to go faster. So, let me turn the AC on, guys. It's kind of hot in here. Also, guys, sorry about that.